And you know he's a big leaguer when he's driving in his car, for crying out loud, to talk to us. Of course, that might be a parking lot there in Chicago driving around. Kapman, how are you, brother?
My guy, Tommy, how are you, kid?
I'm all right. What's new?
I just got off the air doing mornings. Now I'm going to I got a studio I got to go to tape something else because of this Bears trade. And then I get your message. I'm like, my guy, Thom Brennaman is probably the guy most responsible for me getting my career going.
I don't know about that part, but you've done just fine without any help from me. So tell me, what's the reaction to the trade? I mean, to me anyway, it looks like this is a great deal. You agree or disagree?
This is a huge deal for the Bears. Look, there's a reason they're picking number one in the draft because they got the worst roster in the NFL. They have one first-round pick that they made on their roster. That's Justin Fields, who I'm a fan of. I like Justin very much. Now, did he show a lot in the past game? No, but I'll tell you that's because we have a horrible wide receiver room and we have a bad offensive line. So when those two things are not where they need to be, it's going to make it tough on him. I love this deal because you got not only your pick, it's still in the top 10, but you got their number one pick in 24. If they're no good next year, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the guy I openly lust after. That's who I want. And if the quarterback position is something that's still in flux here, if Justin has a bad year, well, then you're in play for Drake May of North Carolina or Caleb Williams of USC. So for me, and then added DJ Moore, a legit number one, no-brainer deal.
I want to follow up. You said you liked Justin Fields. I thought he was, after a slow start, I thought he became one of the most dynamic and interesting players in the league. Is the feeling around there, by and large, for Bears fans that he's going to be just fine, or are there still kind of a lot of questions with him?
I would say the overwhelming majority, Tom, in Chicago are all in that he is the guy. Now, I believe that the way they played last year is unsustainable. You cannot run that guy as much as they did, or you're going to get him killed. So does he make it to the next contract here? Now that you have DJ Moore, I'm expecting them to sign, whether it's Juwan Taylor or the kid Orlando Brown or McGlinchey, most likely from San Francisco, and I'm sure they'll use more draft capital on offensive linemen. If that is the case and he has a bad year next year, then I think people will say, all right, then they got to find a quarterback. I don't think that'll be the case. I love the kid.
While we're on the topic of the Bears, and I want to get to college basketball with you because I'm not so sure anybody I know on the planet knows more about college basketball than you do. You coached it, you played it, you've announced it, on and on and on. But this whole thing with the Bears moving out of Soldier Field and moving out to the suburbs, do you think that's for sure when all is said and done is exactly what's going to happen? And if so, what are your thoughts about that?
Okay, one, it is a done deal. It's a done deal. The mayor, the one who just lost in the election here, her legacy is she let the team in Chicago, and you can talk about the Cubs, but you still have White Sox fans, the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Sky, whatever. The Bears are the one team in town, and she screwed up that relationship, and now they're moving to Arlington Heights. And it is a done deal, and for me, it is a no-brainer, Tom. No-brainer. You are going to own 326 acres of prime real estate, 20 minutes from O'Hare Airport. You're going to get to build a palace of a domed stadium. You're going to have infrastructure all around so that Thom Brennaman gets out of his car. He's taking his kids to the game. You park indoors, so I don't care how cold it is. You say, hey, let's go buy jerseys for the kids right there. I want to stop. I want to bet the game at the sports book they're building right there. And then we got 15 restaurants. Where do you all want to eat? That's what they're building, and it will double the value of the franchise.
All right. Shifting gears to college basketball. Anything stand out to you as far as the selection committee was concerned yesterday on their seedings, especially in the top 4 or 5?
No, I thought Kansas might get the chance to play in Kansas City. I did. I think they're a really, really good team. Houston's a really good team. But I think this is the most wide open tournament that I have seen in decades. Literally, I think there's 20 teams that could win it. Marquette, really good. They could win it. Could Kansas go back-to-back? Absolutely. I just think it's so wide open, and that's what makes it my favorite event in sports.
Last thing I want to ask you about the Cubbies, your beloved Chicago Cubs.
We're back, baby.
They're back to what?
We're going to contend in that division. I don't think we win it. But next year, remember this name, Pete Crow Armstrong. That was a fleecing of epic proportion. 3 months of Javi Baez to the Mets for this kid who will be our starting center fielder for a decade or more and win multiple gold gloves. We got a team coming, Thom. Oh, it's going to be so sweet when we roll into Cincinnati and beat the Reds and then go to St. Louis and beat the Cardinals. We're back.
Boy, I tell you, some things change, but one of them ain't David Kaplan when it comes to talk about his Cubbies. I mean, it's ridiculous. This tired act of yours for I don't know how long about the Cubs, it's tired.
I was there in 2016, November 2nd, when we won the World Series. The greatest moment of I won't say my life because I have my kids and my wife. But other than that, next to my divorce, it was the greatest moment I've had in the last 20 years.
Good Lord. But you're a grandparent now, so congratulations.
Yeah, I got a grandson named Ben. He's 2. He's already into football, loves football. So we'll see. His dad played college football. He's big, 6'4", 275. So we'll see how big Ben becomes. We've got a second one coming in April. I don't know if it's a boy or girl. They'll find out that day. And then we'll see. But it's a lot of fun, man. Very, very blessed.
Well, you look great, my friend. It's always great catching up with you. I hope I can see you in person sometime soon. Be careful driving. God bless, my man.
Bless, my man. Best to your dad and your sister, too.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Cap. See you soon. David Kaplan, kind enough to join us. Boy, I tell you, that's a piece of work right there. I love that guy.